getting away from him, Mr. Hunter. He's eccentric.
Of that, Mrs. Brownlow, there is no doubt.
I mean, I'm as kind as the next person, and I'd give him a cup of tea and a good square meal, a few bob, see him on his way, but, I mean, putting him in a chalet...
I do understand the difficulty.
But do you, though? I mean, if he should be seen around...
I understand he never leaves his chalet.
Oh, that's true. But how would you like to take his meals into him? I mean, he hasn't had a bath, you know, since he's got here. That place will need fumigating when he goes. It's not right, Mr. Hunter.
Unfortunately, he's rather essential to Barbara's research.
Oh, I see. Well, how long is it going on for, then?
Well, I haven't been able to pin him down on that. Believe me, I've tried. You shouldn't have to take his meals into it.
Oh, well, the girls were arguing whose turn it was, and I said, here, give it to me. I mean, I wouldn't want them to do anything I wouldn't do myself, but I didn't relish the thought.
Leave it all to Barbara. She can deliver his meals.
Yes, but there's the trays to be collected, Mr. Hunter. I mean, we like that done at a certain time, not as and when. Diane's in there now, as a matter of fact, not after a song and dance, I can tell you. I don't blame her, really. I mean, going in to a man like that, you never know what might happen.
Mr. Jackman! Miss Jackman, are you there? You all right?
What?
Hello?
Who are you?
I've come to fetch the tray.
The tray's all right. There's nothing the matter with it.
Yes, I know, but I've got to pick it up because it's my job, you see.
What is?
I've come to fetch the tray.
Oh, all right.
Oh, can you open the door, please?
What?
It's locked.
I know it's locked. I locked it. I know when my own door's locked, don't I? She warned me about things, you know, her, the missus. Well, I mean, you never know, do you? I don't want people parading through here all day.
Well, I'm hardly a parade, Mr. Jackman.
Did I say you? You're different. You got work to do. You're a different kettle of fish altogether.
Here. Where's the salt and pepper?
What are you talking
The
about?
salt and pepper, I put them on that tray myself. The accoutrements.
Oh, them. I put them away. Safe.
What?
In the drawer.
What for?
Well, you never know, do you? Things have got an habit of disappearing. It's always best to take precautions. That's what I always say.
Yeah, well, I think a locked door just about will do the trick.
Now, look. Don't you get sarky with me.
Penny, what's all this food doing in this drawer?
Well, I'm keeping it.
What for?
For later. Hey, you ain't very old, are you?
What?
Well, you should have a better job than that. Smart young piece like you. You shouldn't be messing about with trays and things.
Well, it had crossed my mind.
Yeah, well, you could
Now,
be
listen. I'd be a lot better if I didn't have all this palaver.
Eh?
I knock on the door, I come in, I get the tray, I go out, right? It's simple.
Well, you suit yourself.
Well, I can't, can I? Not if you're locking the doors and stuffing food in all the drawers.
What's your name?
Mrs. Hunter.
Oh, don't give me that. That's her name. The missus. Yeah, I asked you a serious question. So you've no right to mess about with me.
I'm not messing you about. My name is Diane Hunter, and her, the missus, as you call her, is Barbara Hunter.
Sisters, are you?
No.
Well, that is a bit of a coincidence, if you ask me.
What do you want to know my name for, anyway?
I'm thinking of reporting you.
Well, suit yourself.
It's all right, I've told him.
What did he say?
Well, he said he'd speak to Mrs. Hunter. Well, nothing, actually. But the important thing is we've told him, so it's their problem now, isn't it?
I wonder if he knew what he was letting himself in for when he married Mrs. Hunter.
Well, I suppose his life's a bit more interesting than it used to be.
Yes, I wonder what Jill's got to look forward to. Suzette.
Anyway, I must go to the bar.
All right, do us a favour. Will you take that into the kitchen? I'm sorry, I'm on my break.
All right.
Oh, Di.
Come on. Just thinking about you.
Oh, yeah.
Just about to write you a thank you note.
What for? Oh, don't bother. You don't want to write me and Sharon notes. It's a drag.
Oh, well, everyone's been so lovely. I mean, that decanter that you and Sharon sent.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it.
Yes, it was lovely.
I chose it. Well, actually, Sharon did agree.
Well, there must be a reason you both like the same things, share the same taste.
Well, I don't reckon we've got that much in common, really. You know she's having this girl to stay, don't you?
No.
Yeah, while her mother has a rest.
Well, that should be fun.
I'm not so sure.
Well, a bit of young life about the place.
She's...
Oh, I think that's a wonderful thing of you to do.
Well, it's more Sharon's thing, really.
I mean, this is your flat, isn't it? Well, half your flat. Oh, I think that's smashing.
Smashing?
Look, I must go and start these thank you notes. It's no good. I'm a mother's daughter, you see. Compulsive.
There we are, Mrs. Jenkins.
Oh, thank
Can
you.
you give me a siphon for the office, please?
Yes, there is a spare one.
Oh, thank you. Ah, hello again.
Mrs. Brownlow.
Ooh, not any X's there.
No, I'll be out of here within a week when this goes in.
Not good.
Not good. Your garage lady.
What, Sharon?
Tough cookie.
Oh, I don't think she's tough, more wary, I think.
Well, she's keeping me dangling. What's your name?
Mrs. Brownlow.
No, I know it's Mrs. Brownlow. No, I meant your name.
Kath.
Kath. Well, Kath, how about that drink?
Oh, no, I'm duty calls.
Where have you been hiding? I looked out for you last night. Wondered what you were like off duty.
Well, I had this date, you see.
Oh.
Oh, not what it sounds as me next-door neighbour. She asked me to go to the local singles club with her.
Oh, and I thought an attractive woman like you needed to go to
I
the
needed a break. Oh, I thought I'd go mad if I didn't go out for 10 minutes. But I don't know. It's a hall full of people. They made us very welcome, you know, but I can't explain. It seems so cold somehow. I suppose I'm being unfair. You know, it was my first visit, really, but I ended up chin-wagging to Edna.
Edna?
Edna, yeah, the woman I went with for moral support.
So you do have free evenings?
Well, if you call knitting for a new baby and cooking for 3 people.
Well, you had time for the singles club.
That's my night off. I promised Edna I'd go again. I don't want to disappoint her, but...
Well, then, don't disappoint me. Have a meal with me. On your grounds. I owe you.
Oh, that was nothing.
Are you sure you won't have that drink?
Oh, no, I don't really, you know, just the odd cherry, actually.
But you do eat. Next Tuesday?
Kath, don't forget your sighting.
Yes. Oh, no. Okay.
Tuesday, 7:30.
And when I ordered breakfast in bed, I did hope against hope that you would deliver it with your own fair hands.
Not my province, madam.
And what do I have to do to make it part of your province?
Let me out of your shelly at least 2 hours before breakfast time.
Too much of a sacrifice.
They're at it again.
Who are?
Them two.
Well, you can't get up to much in a motel foyer, can you? Not even Speedy Gonzales over there.
I think it's disgusting.
What?
Well, she's only supposed to be on her honeymoon, isn't she?
Without a fella in tow, don't you think that's a bit difficult?
What's he up to, anyway?
Oh, it's the same old tune. It's just getting a bit frayed round the edges, that's all. But when you hear it for the first time, do you know, there's nothing sounds more wonderful than a continental accent when you're being whispered sweet nothings to. It takes on a new meaning somehow. Not sure what, but it doesn't seem to be bothering her very much.
Well, he ought to have more sense.
But if I have to dine on my own, I shall have to watch you lavishing all your attention on the other women. It'd put me off my food.
To be avoided at all cost. Or if I looked at them, spoke to them, guaranteed to be thinking only of you.
Can I have that in writing? No, seriously. Shall we drive out again tonight and eat late, my sweet?
Ah, here comes my boss.
Would you recommend the roast duckling?
A roast duckling, without hesitation, madam. Good evening, David. Good evening.
I'm never very sure of the black cherry sauce.
Our chef will leave you no doubt, madam.
Isn't that brilliant?
Absolutely brilliant. No other words to describe it.
Glenda, will you tell Mr. Ross to come and see me when he's free?
Oh, yes, Mr. Hunter.
Diane, do we have duck on the menu tonight?
Oh, duck. I don't know. I'll have a check for you.
No, don't bother. Just a thought.
I told you, didn't I?
What?
Mr. Paul better watch out.
How do you mean?
I tell you it's for the high jump.
Come on, don't be so daft.
I could see the way Mr. Hunter went through that door. Why else do you think he called him in?
What a pity to cast a blight on such a wonderful relationship. Sharon Sharon's not here. She's gone to visit Nina's mum to make the arrangements.
I know. I came to see you, if that's all right.
Come in. Sit down. I'm sorry if I got emotional with you the other night. Angry.
Well, that's what I came to say as well. After I thought about what you said, I was less angry. But you were making serious accusations. That's a bit much to take in at once.
Well, it was just my opinion.
Yes, well, I took your opinion home and I thought about it.
And?
And nothing. I thought about it.
Well, is that all?
It's too late to do anything about it now. You said so yourself last night.
All right, if you agreed with me and it's too late. What I'm saying is, do you agree that she's got in over her head? I mean, do you see what I mean, at least?
It's her life.
And hers to take the chances with it as she wants. But that's just it. It's other people taking chances with her that I mind.
Yes, I respect you for that.
But it's too late to make any difference.
I also think Sharon is doing something that is right for her. It's certainly right for the child and her mother. But haven't you ever argued with yourself?
And let myself win. That's cheating. You must be a very confused man.
My wife used to say that. You're a good man, Jimmy, but you're a confused man.
What if Nina doesn't like me?
But what if she doesn't? No one can like everyone. Nina's a very cheerful child. She will either like you or she will be polite to you. You should see her hand out chocolates. Herself last every time. That's good manners for any child.
Then why am I so afraid I won't be able to cope?
Glenda, did you tell Paul Ross I wanted to see him?
Yes, Mr. Hunter, but he was needed in the restaurant. Do you want me to remind him?
No hurry. Just, if you see him, tell him I'm still waiting.
Right.
And why are you so industrious at this late hour?
Oh, I'm being what is called a good little girl.
Makes a change.
Cheeky. I'm just writing thank you letters for the presents. I made a resolution to get them all done before we go away, and then it won't drag on and I won't feel terribly guilty.
Oh, I shouldn't think people would mind waiting a week or so.
How do you mean, or so?
Well, I hardly see you rushing back from your honeymoon and running straight to your writing desk.
Oh, I thought for one tiny moment you were going to extend my miserly week off.
May I remind you, you just had a miserly week off with Sarah Jane.
Point taken.
And I'll be 2 members of staff short.
Oh, so me on my own would be all right?
You on your own would hardly make a honeymoon.
I wonder what Mrs. Brookes would make of that.
What do you think of her?
Mrs. Brookes? Oh, I haven't really given it much thought. I did have a closer look at her mind when I heard about her predicament, but she seems quite ordinary. Why do you ask?
Well, Paul Ross is showing a great deal of interest in her.
Oh.
It's not funny.
Paul Ross snooping around a bride who's been left high and dry on her honeymoon is very funny.
Well, I don't think we'll find Mr. Brookes chuckling at the thought.
You're not serious, are you?
Well, there are 1 or 2 signs I wouldn't like to see go unchecked.
Oh, come on.
Well, he can be very persuasive, don't you think?
Oh, Paul, well, yes, but I mean... Gate crusher honeymoon? No, that's not on. At least I hope it's not on. We intend to be very much alone.
Where are you going, by the way?
Haven't the foggiest.
That's a bit vague.
Oh, it's all arranged. I mean, Adam's done it, but it's all to be a big surprise.
Messing about in a boat on the canal.
Oh, it better not be. Mind you, he's being very secretive. And when I asked him what I should pack, he said everything. Couldn't pin him down even to hot or cold.
Could play havoc with your baggage allowance.
I don't even know how we're going. Yeah, actually, I think I will have to have words. Yeah. It's all too vague for comfort, isn't it?
Come in.
You, wanted to see me?
Yes, sit down. Shall I see if I can pick up a few clues?
No, don't do that. It would only spoil it for him. And we can't go spoiling honeymoons, can we, Paul?
Huh?
Bye.
What on earth was she talking about?
She was hinting in her frivolous way at something I'm taking rather more seriously. The liaison you seem to have formed with Mrs. Brookes.
Liaison? In what sense are you using that word?
Well, I was hoping you might enlighten me.
Oh.
It hasn't gone unnoticed amongst the staff that you have paid Mrs. Brookes a great deal of attention.
It's part of my job.
Undue attention.
Who is to say what is due and what is not due? I mean...
Now, let's not mess about with words. Let's come straight to the point. Are you having an affair with her?
She's a very lonely woman. I have befriended her. We enjoy each other's company, that's all.
You make that sound very innocent, but it can hardly be that.
Oh.
Or why would you change the conversation so abruptly as I passed in reception? And I don't glance at our menus. I approve them.
Quite so.
Duck was not available tonight.
That's her sense of humor.
Then the change in conversation was decidedly ill-chosen for my
Well,
benefit.
she saw you coming and broke into that roast duckling chatter just to make me feel uneasy. She laughed after you'd gone.
I see. But you haven't answered my question. Are you having an affair?
I do not intend to answer that question.
Well, let me put this to you. If Mr. Brookes gets wind of this, it could cause a scandal.
Not very likely.
How can you possibly know?
Just take my word for it.
I'd rather take precautions. So I advise you to stop seeing her.
Either you take my word for it or you take my resignation. The choice is yours.
I found myself crying in front of Mr. Chance. Felt really stupid.
Whatever for? Is he right? Is it all getting to you, the job and what
No, just men like you who can't understand. They blame the obvious. Oh, you're late.
Yeah, I've been chatting to Edna. You know, she kept me talking. We've been fixing up another night out. Well, my night off, actually.
There's a sandwich in the kitchen for
Oh,
you.
lovely. Tyler, thanks.
So, what did Adam Chance say?
To Latchford. Only apologised, didn't he? I was livid. But apparently, as a paying guest, he is entitled to say anything he likes.
And you went on about the civil service?
Well, it got to me, Kevin. It was my dad he was talking about.
Did it shut him up?
Oh, I don't know. That's when they hauled me into the office and I started to cry.
Why?
I was upset. I didn't want to stand there and listen to that sort of slagging.
Yeah, well, he's only a rep, just passing through. So, how did it finish?
Well, I explained to Mr. Chance what I was trying to say. You know, he seemed to accept it. About what 23 years hard slog had done for Dad. And my mum, come to that.
Well, you still can't tell me in the ordinary way you'd have let it get you into such a state. Then?
Oh, Kevin, I've had an awful thought. When Mr. Chance apologised to Latchford, he let it slip that Arthur Brownlow was my dad.
So what does that mean?
Well, it explains Mum's little visits to his chalet, doesn't it? And the jolly little tete-a-tetes in the bar. You just think, if enough girls give him the elbow, whose lap is he going to land in?
Kath, you mean?
Well, she's defended him all the way, hasn't she?
She's not like that, Glenn. She's a one-man woman, a one-off, your mum.
Oh, while we've been sitting here saying that, she's been flouncing around the singles club.
She hated it. She said so. She only stayed so she didn't have to walk home on her own.
And she wouldn't have a single bad word said against Latchford. Is he what she's looking for?
Hi, what were you talking about?
You were saying about your night off.
Oh, was I? Oh, I don't remember. Perhaps it'll come to me.